right. Okay. Alrighty, welcome to this video. I'm just gonna share with you guys what we did around Leavenworth. We were there a couple of weekends, I guess like 2 weekends ago now. But first thing we did around Leavenworth was we went tubing down the Wenatchee River. Second, we hiked up Colchuck Lake. Third, we actually went a little further away from Leavenworth and we went to Lake Chelan and we did some water sports there. So if you're interested in hearing my tidbits about these activities, stay tuned. So if you're interested in tubing floating down the Wenatchee River near Leavenworth, I want to say first, there are companies that provide you with the tubes, the life jacket, and they drop you off and they pick you up at the end of the float. But if you're local and or coming from a driving distance, and if you're coming with your own tubes, I'm going to share with you guys the public access point. For reference, I'm going to use Village Icicle Resort as the start because that's where we stayed and it was pretty much our start point. So from the Village Icicle Resort, you want to make a left. Once you see the 76 gas station, you want to make another left. You want to keep on going for about a mile, and then on your left you should see East Leavenworth Road. Turn left onto that road, keep on going for a little bit, and then on your left should be the mini public parking lot for the public access for the river float. Okay, good. Airplane. All right, on to the next.
Melissa?
2, 1, go! Woo.
Righty guys, so I'm gonna give you guys some headers if you are planning on doing the hike. First being, no dogs are allowed. No dogs are actually allowed in the whole enchantment parks, and they do have a ranger there at the trailhead to make sure that people don't go up the trail with their dogs. Last year they didn't, but this year there was definitely someone there, and I'm pretty sure she was there to check and see if people were hiking with their dogs. And you definitely don't want to leave your dog in the car, because that would just not be a good situation for everyone involved. Okay, and the second thing, if you don't have the Discovery Pass or any of the passes that let you park in the parks, in the forests, in the national parks, make sure to have $5 cash on you, because that's how much you would need to deposit for the parking for the day. All right, third, this hike is a medium high difficulty. It is round trip almost 9 miles, I think, and I also don't know what the elevation is. I'm sure you can look it up, but it is hard. It took us almost 3 hours to reach the top, and I kid you not, we did not take long breaks or anything. We were quite consistent, so be ready for it. I would not recommend starting with this hike as your first hike of the summer. I would try and do a hike before and build up to this hike if you can. Okay, fourth, on top of sunscreen, do not forget bug spray, because the mosquitoes and the flies were no joke. As hard as the hike is, you definitely don't want to be using your energy swatting away flies and are killing mosquitoes all around you. So make sure to bring the bug spray, especially if you're planning on hiking in the early half of the day. That's when they're more likely to be out and about and most active, is what I recently found out. And also, don't bring sweet snacks, because if you bring sweet snacks, and apparently if your blood is sweet, then they're more likely to bite you. I just recently learned this because we got bit to pieces. All right, and fifth, kind of along with the last 2 points, make sure you bring enough water and food to last you your 9-mile round trip hike. And it is strenuous, and you will drink a lot of water, and you will be very thirsty, especially in the hot summer days. Something cool that we kind of actually experienced, not really experienced, but we learned about this new thing. So something that we actually do have, and sometimes we bring it, is we have a life straw. I don't know if you've seen these, but one of these situations. And but the thing about life straws is you need to be right near the water source to drink it. But there's a thing called a, or just if you just Google it, a water pouch filter, and as soon as you reach a water source, you can fill up your water bottles and or your Camelbacks or whatever else not once you reach a water source, and all of your water needs will be refueled, so you don't have to carry such large amounts of water if you're doing a long hike, like especially if you're doing the enchantment hike, which is just like multiple trails, I think multiple lakes, including Colchuck Lake, Snow Lake, and something else. But that was very cool, and the people were super cool. I thought it was really amazing. It's just amazing what people come up with, and that was something I definitely did not know existed out there in the world. So if you're a hiker and if you do long treks and or overnight hikes, that's something definitely useful, I thought. So you guys hear that? I hope not. Okay, well, last bit in reference to Lake Chelan, there really is not much video because we were obviously enjoying ourselves, but if you do want to rent jet skis, so over the weekend, I would suggest getting there an hour before they open. Then you'll probably be able to get rental jet skis, and or if you want to do boats or whatever else not. But so we planned it to be on a Monday. So on Monday, we actually got there exactly when they opened, and we were the first customers there, and we were able to get our jet skis. So that's something to keep in mind. Otherwise, enjoy the footage. Alright guys, I'm going to do a fun little story time before we end off the video. So on the first day, we came with one car, so our car was at the beginning of the river float. So at the end, to be honest, we actually tried to call an Uber, but that wasn't gonna happen because we were obviously in the middle of the mountains and we had no reception. Anyways, so we were like, okay, let's just walk back to our car. Since we went downstream, we can just walk up and we'll get to our car. So we're walking and we're enjoying the walk, la-di-da-di-da, whatever else not, walking. And like 20 minutes into our walk, our friend Chef goes, I get the vibe that this guy's gonna come scoop us up and drop us off at our car. And I'm just like, what? Like, how can you get the vibe from just like waving at someone who's just hanging out on their deck? Anyways, so we're walking, and then a little while later, like not long after, we see a dune buggy, like a four-wheeler dune buggy, come out of that house, go down the driveway, but it ended up turning right. And we were like, okay, well, he's definitely not coming. Sorry. So we were like, okay, he's definitely not coming towards us since we were left. And so we were like, okay, just forget about it. I mean, whatever, right? So we're walking, and a couple minutes later, the guy pulls up to us and scoops us up, and he drops us off at our car. It was wild. So apparently he made the right because he had to fill up the tires to come scoop us up, and so he made the right turn to not fill those tires, and he came back to come get us, and he dropped us off at our car. And honestly, this was like such a sweet moment, because especially nowadays, you honestly don't see strangers being kind to one another and or another stranger. And so it just felt really good, and it was just really awesome. It's just like such a good memory, you know, just like humans helping each other out. And I'm sure you saw us struggling walking in the hot summer heat to our car, and he picked us up, dropped us off, and saved our day. Shout out to James. You are the man. James from Leavenworth. Just a sweet memory, and just to pay it forth, just be kind to each other. Treat people how you would want to be treated. Alrighty, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, you got a picture after.